I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with your ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we are. Y'all get to see us now. Hello and welcome to the After the Show podcast. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With 100% of the show now testing negative for the coronavirus.
That's right. All negative now. Here we go. Onwards and upwards.
Still out for a week, but hey, it's better to be negative and out than positive and in.
Well, I'll tell you what is positive. My gosh, can we just take a moment to look at Denny's hair? He is looking like he looks like he's got a damn mane from a horse. It's beautiful.
That is glorious.
No offense, Kevin. I'm not trying to step on your
It's okay. I mean, point the spotlight where it's deserved.
Oh yeah, I took a shower during the taping of the show, and then this. So,
wow,
you look like an extra in a '70s movie.
I'm getting that 70s. I'm trying to get that 70s brush over.
Oh, you got it.
We're both trying to grow 70s hair. In fact, Suits is trying to grow it all together now. We're doing that 70s album together. We're all trying to look 70s.
Well, you're nailing it. It's getting there, dudes. Denny's, you're there.
I'm probably just gonna leave just the mustache for the photo.
Yeah, you better stop. You're gonna go into the 60s if you don't stop.
You're right. I'm just a couple inches away.
Mm-hmm. What's up to everybody in the chat room? Good to have y'all back here and live with us. Larry said Kevin is looking rather pale these days. Yeah, little COVID and quarantine will do that to a guy. So you can't come out of quarantine with a tan, because people be like going, "Why you got a tan? You had COVID. You're supposed to be quarantined." They're gonna think you're out running around. So you got to kind of make yourself look pale when you're quarantining, or people get pissed.
Well, what the shit does Larry look like? What the hell's Larry's tan like? You'll never show it. Larry, you ain't got the balls to send us a picture with your tan. You won't do it, Larry.
If you do have the balls, send us a picture of your tan lines, Larry. I want the lines, Larry.
Yeah, Angie said you could have a tan if you got a pool. I don't have a pool. I'm not all fancy like that. So maybe I'll go hit the backyard today and go get a tan for Larry.
You have a little elf house. You could go lay by that.
Yeah, I got a little back area back there. We got we have some of them little lounge chairs. I could lay out a little bit, work on that tan.
I got a canal here. I got peaceful ducks, whatever you want, brother.
Yeah, maybe we'll go out. I know Bird's got a nice tan. I'll have to go out, lay out with him. We'll work on that. Yeah, get that thing going. It's a big old 3-day weekend.
I lay out there and meditate. Can't you tell that it's working?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Bird. You were yesterday or on Twitter. You got some emotions going all crazy. Somebody get you stirred up, or you just popping off?
That was such a joke. The joke, here's the thing. I got to stop getting on social media trying to do jokes. In fact, I just got to stop doing jokes, period. I was basically making fun of social media. If you read it, I'm not mad about anything. I'm just mad. That's the point of being on social media. Rah, rah, rah. I'm mad. I'm on Twitter. Oh, I'm outraged, but I'm not really mad. Get it? No one did. I'm out.
I think you got to leave Twitter too.
I'm terrible at social media. I'm trying to joke around with people, but I'm coming off like a dick, and I'm not meaning to.
It is tough times. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy what's going on, with the world, and we got this presidential election that's going to be coming up, and man, I mean, it's already been tense already throughout 2020, and people just going crazy. I know today I was just getting it, from stuff I was saying on the show. People were, all mad about every little thing that, I was saying, and It's just it's crazy, man. Everybody is so sensitive today.
Kevin accidentally says stuff sometimes that's controversial or political, and he doesn't mean to. And sometimes he doesn't even really understand, like, oh my gosh, all the undertones of just saying one thing that the CDC said. People go off on Kevin. It's pretty funny because he's not meaning to be controversial.
I know, and I don't really give a fuck, honestly, because, you know, I mean, it's how I feel with some stuff. And, you know, I think everybody should be able to have their own opinion. And I got an opinion on stuff. And I'm like, yeah, the CDC said this or they said that. And, you know, yeah, I know it makes people upset, and I got my own little opinions, and I'm set on certain things. But why can't people have opinions about stuff and people not have, you know, a meltdown and get all crazy?
I agree. I'm with you, man. I feel like you should be able to say how you feel about anything, and fuck it, right?
Yeah, that's kind of my take on it. I'm just like, yeah, people do need to chill out. And it's just, you know, for me, it's kind of crazy because, you know, like even just today on the show, I just don't feel like I belong anywhere, you know, because I'm an independent, and I let people know that I don't see eye to eye with the Democrats or the Republicans. But, you know, if you go into conservative circles, I'm way too liberal. If you go to liberal circles, I'm way too conservative. And you know, that was pretty much it today. I got it from both sides. I got the conservatives and I got the liberals that were hitting me up today about stuff I said on the show.
What did you say today that was controversial? I thought you were kind of middle of the road, Kev.
No,
today,
well, I mean, there's a couple of things. Basically, what I get, you know, hit up on, and I do, and I think people should, you know, have a little bit of flexibility. I think you guys know that, you know, when it comes to you know, social issues, I did those podcasts, and I'm all about, you know, social equality. And I've, you know, heard some stories and seen some different point of views. And, you know, I think that there's some work that needs to happen. And I understand the perspective of people that I've talked to. And so people were all upset, you know, about that. Because, you know, I was like, hey, I think that people should have the right to say that I think that America could use a little bit of work. And ain't nothing wrong with that. People got all upset about that. And then, you know, and then people get all upset, you know, with the coronavirus. And I mean, I've had the damn, you know, COVID. And, you know, my thing is like, respect people, wear your mask, do your social distancing. But, you know, when I go freak factor 0, people are like going, you need to be freaked out. What's wrong with you? You know, and I'm like, I'm sorry. It's just, you know, how I'm set. So,
you know, I think it's a great. I think you just got to have the attitude, which you do have, is fuck it.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's like, you know, it's how I feel, and it's, you know, I don't think anybody can take any position. You got to just realize that you can't take any position. I'm pretty much a middle of the road kind of guy, that you can't take any position with anything without making somebody upset. And if you don't have in exact alignment with somebody else, they're going to get all upset. And that's what I don't understand. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't see things the way I do. And I'm like, it doesn't make me mad. I don't know why people get all upset.
Yeah, I don't have to drop friends just because I don't agree with them. And I also don't have to fight with them. I can listen to what they got to say and go, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about something we don't agree with, I mean, there's plenty of things me and Virginia don't agree with in life. We don't fucking talk about them. We talk about the common ground. We like food. We like pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Still talk about shit with people that, you know.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I need a drink.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking what I'm going to do, because I just don't feel.
Whoa, hey.
I don't have it. I know. Whoa, look at that bird.
You just zoomed in on your crotch, and you're not wearing pants.
Yeah, Christmas comes early.
Dang.
Wow.
Always something.
Hey.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to start my own political party. I'm just going to do right down the middle, Kev, because there's no political party for me. So I'm gonna start it. Anybody wants to join it, you guys just let me know. I'm gonna fire it up. So if you're not Democrat or Republican and you just think the world's going crazy, join Kev's party.
Well, I started the pizza party. I am working on a Jay Bird for President song that no one's going to give a fuck about, but you're going to get it anyway. And I love it. I love it. Kev.
Yeah. Okay. You and I are We're the first 2 people in. That's it. We got our own little thing. If you think the rest of the world's going crazy, you can join our party where we're just like, just chill out. It's all good. You can have your own opinions. We're all good. Let's have some pizza.
I always love because each day one of us says something where one of us gets hammered by the people. I guess today was Kevin's day.
They got him. They got him
that's
today.
all right. I'm good with it. I can take it. Bring it. Bring it, y'all. I'm fine. Let me see what else we got going on here. Positive K party. Teresa's up. We got Lori. Okay, Lori's jumping in. So we're getting a few people signed up for our pizza party. So that's it. Yeah, It's a
Nice.
moderate party. Brett's like, yeah, that's what it is. It's a moderate party. If you feel like everybody else is crazy and you just got middle of the road kind of opinions, Megan's in too. So there we go. We got our moderate party going.
Oh my gosh. You're not going to believe the pizza program I have for the youth.
Okay. Yeah. They love it. Let me see a couple other things going on here. I know one thing that somebody sent me a message here. They said, you guys can write to Joe Exotic in prison, and they got his address.
Yeah, I think one of our radio friends did that, and Joe wrote him back.
Yeah. And you can go on ahead and send him mail. And somebody said, why don't you guys send him a letter and see what he thinks about Carol Baskin being on Dancing with the Stars?
Oh,
See if he responds.
he's going to respond.
I'm not a fan. I think he's a dick face. I don't think he's a good person.
We don't like
get that
Carol either, but we don't like Joe.
I don't. I think Joe's kind of a dick, and I think I don't know. I know people are probably going to say I'm taking him too seriously, but I think he's kind of a fuck face.
Yeah, I think so too. But he's entertaining. But yeah, he is that.
He is.
I don't think he's a good person.
Look,
No,
I'm a
that's
fuck
the
face too.
problem. You're a fuck face, but I don't think you like intentionally hurt animals.
No, I'm
Ugh.
not.
It's a
I'm
little
not capping.
sketchy.
I'm not capping tigers in the head. No.
No.
Yeah. And who writes letters anymore? That's kind of crazy.
I think that's the only way to correspond legally with prisoners, unless you get them on a phone call because their direct line or they call you.
That's how those murderers get involved with these ladies. They start becoming pen pals, and they fall in love with these murderers. And in some cases, these murderers are allowed to have sex in prison. Can you believe that shit?
Wow.
It's depending on the
Crazy.
state.
Somebody was telling me the other day that because they intimately know details of the situation. So there's a prisoner who they smuggled a phone into jail, and he was able to get on a dating app, and now is dating from jail. And I know somebody who's dating them. It's like crazy.
Yeah. Some people, I don't know what that is. I guess they just it's the bad boy fixation or fascination.
Well, you just hope when he gets out, he's reformed and not wants to keep the bad boy thing going.
I'd come out like such a badass out of prison.
Yeah. I mean, how many people, what are the odds of that? I mean, how many people leave prison a better person than when they went in? And how many people go in there and they come out messed up, and a worse person?
If I went to prison and I was there for 7 years and I really took on the persona as Bones, that's my prison persona. And do I come out as a real life Bones?
Yeah. I think if I had to go to prison for over a year, I think I would come out the biggest asshole. I'd be kicking babies and I don't know what I'd be doing. I think it'd make me. Yeah, I think it would. I think I would turn the opposite way because I'm soft now. And I think I go in there and I'd be you just get in that place where you got to survive. And so you start taking on that predator type mentality. And I think I would come out and you'd be going, whoa, what happened to Kevin in prison, man? And I'd be a dark dude. Yeah.
Well, you got to go in there like a badass. You can't fucking take no shit from nobody, Virginia. Right. You go in there. You walk in there, you knock the biggest son of a bitch on his ass because you're trying to survive.
Yeah. I think soft people will come out assholes, and maybe hardened people might come out a little bit softer.
Interesting.
Okay, So Virginia comes out real soft then.
Like a kitten.
Jaybird, you would get raped every day. They would just make you the town girlfriend.
Dog, you gotta adapt and do what you gotta do behind them bars.
Gay for the stay. Hey.
I probably would just take on the persona of Lana.
Just everything, huh?
There's no way Suits doesn't have at least a half a bone piece right now from that conversation.
No, there is not a half. There's not a quarter. There's nothing.
Lori's want to know how you feeling today, Soups.
I feel all right. Earlier this morning, for some reason, I was sneezing a lot, but I don't know if I think that was just allergies. I kind of got going, and now I feel fine.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good.
I think
You're
I'm
not
past
coughing
it
at all. No phlegm.
Nothing more than just having, usual whatever, normally would be like. I mean, I'm allergic to cats, and Oreo is sitting right next to me. So
It's
that
crazy.
always
You're
gets my
allergic to
allergies going in
cats,
the
and
morning.
Danny's is allergic to
But
cats,
other
and
than
y'all
that-
both have cats.
I grew up with cats, and it took me a while to realize that's probably what I was allergic to. So now I just take allergy pills, and I deal with it. And she's like my
I mean,
shadow.
you
She's just
love
sitting
a
there chilling
cat.
by my side. Yeah, I mean, I love animals in general. We had dogs and cats, but the cat's just easy to maintain. I can have a nice animal that's like a companion, and I don't have to worry about walking them all the time if I'm out or busy.
The
It's just
biggest
kind of easier
advantage
to take
of
care
a cat is that, they got their own little turd box, and, you don't have to worry or keep an eye on them, because we keep getting dogs in this family, and nobody takes the time to potty train them. And so it's just terrible. And so
Nasty.
you got these dogs, you always got to keep an eye on them, or you got to keep them outside because I'm like, and they're not smart dogs. We get dumb dogs that.
Well, that just sucks because you're trying to go to the kitchen and you're jumping around like you're trying to dodge a fucking landmine because there's probably turds around.
Yeah, that's just So that is a big advantage of cats. Is that they do it? They take care of themselves. My daughter though, her dog, the thing she puts down a pad. It's because it's a smaller dog, a little French bulldog, and you can get little pee or poo pads, and it does actually just pee or poo on that.
Huh.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
kinda-
Yeah, there's advantages of being a cat. The whole 9 lives thing's pretty cool.
comes in handy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing with the show today at the end, we ran a little bit late, so I didn't get a chance to go over who won the draft today. We were doing the 90s rap stars, and Jaybird, you won today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Mhm.
It's nice to win one, Denny's.
Yeah, I knew you had a
Calm down,
strong
Denny's.
team.
Yeah, I'm real pumped for you. I'm just bummed out I didn't win.
Yeah, you won. You had, and I told you got the last, and sometimes that plays into your advantage because you get those back-to-back picks. You had Notorious B.I.G., Dr. Dre, and Busta Rhymes. So a solid team there.
Look, I'm a rapper. I know rap, but Vicious V's also a rapper. I'm disappointed in you, Witch.
Yeah, Virginia got one vote.
What?
One
Yeah.
vote?
You got
Virginia finished in
You have to-
last.
You have to work so hard to suck that bad.
Well, people were saying you had a strong pick in Jay-Z, and then you went Easy E, and
I love Easy E. I stand by that.
I think that's what killed it for you because nobody's standing with you.
Oh, he's got a great voice. I love it.
And then on the 50 Cent, people were saying his first hit was 2003, so that shouldn't even counted.
I mean, what the shit? Hey, you do the entertainment news.
You took Missy Elliott, and I was so sad I couldn't recover.
Yeah, no, I think that worked out for me. I was second behind Bird. He beat me by 5 votes. I had Snoop Dogg, LL Cool J, and Missy Elliott.
Because the witch came in and said we couldn't do groups, I was really going to steal the show with a little bit of bone, 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 bone. Tell me what you gonna do when there ain't nowhere to hide. Judgment comes for you.
Yeah, I'd have had Beastie Boys and you'd have had Bone Thugs. I wonder how that would have changed the voting.
Oh man, but Bone Thugs are amazing. Am I the only son of a bitch in this room that likes Bone Thugs and Harmony?
They only really had 2 songs though.
That's not true, Kevin. Oh my gosh, that's not true.
They had Crossroads and they had First of the Month. What else did they have?
Thuggish Ruggish Bone. They had In Your Eyes. They had
Were those hits?
Hell yeah, they were hits.
I like some Bone Thugs.
I don't know about that, Bird.
Denny's, are you on my side? I can't tell.
Yeah, I like Bone Thugs. I was gonna do Wu-Tang Clan, but the no group rule.
Yeah, I was going to grab that too. I was going to grab Wu-Tang and LL Cool J, but because Kevin had to make that change right there, he ended up taking LL Cool J, and then I didn't have the ability to take Wu-Tang either, so that one really screwed me over.
Just know the witch bullied you on the air today, Kevin. She bullied your ass into changing
I
the
didn't
rules
want
of your
to
own
fight.
game.
I didn't want to fight.
People and groups are different, you dicks.
I can't explain. It's not. I can't explain it to you. I like Ice Cube solo better than I like him in NWA. Those are 2 different entities. But you, with your Tequesta brain,
sorry, the man is not the group, and the group is not the man.
what the fuck
Damn
are you
it.
talking about?
I'm talking to a clown with a bunch of toys on his wall, and he's not hearing me.
This, by the way, this is my little studio area. People go, "You really have toys in your bedroom?" No, it's my studio area. I have ghosts and demons in my bedroom. I need some room up there.
And then let me see the other picks that we had. So I was second. Then we had Denny's was third with Eminem, Ice Cube, and Method Man. And then Suits, he was in 4th place. Suits had Tupac, ODB, and DMX. So there you go. That's how it all settled out today in the voting.
My mic's working today.
Good job.
Oh, I don't like the way that tone was. That was such an asshole tone you just gave me.
You've only been in radio 15 years, but good job. You finally figured out where to plug it in, didn't you?
Oh, man.
So proud.
Kevin, imagine being married to the witch. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. How about that, huh? Yeah. And I try to take Beastie Boys and she jumps down my throat. It'd be tough.
Oh, you got a grown-ass man got bullied by Virginia today.
And I backed
Just
off.
know
I'm
that.
like, I don't need that heat. I'm like, all right, I'll take Missy Elliott instead. Take that.
You did, and you beat me with it because then, yeah, I got what I deserved, I guess.
That's it. That's it. Cesar from Green Acres wanted to do a draft with board games.
Ooh,
Yeah, that might be kind of fun.
that's fun, especially, in the days of staying home with the fam. I do need some new ideas. My kids lost all the parts to life, lost a lot of the parts to checkers. I need some new ideas.
Oh,
we-
damn.
that always happened in our house. We'd lose the pieces of Monopoly, and all of a sudden, you're playing with an olive.
Rocco took a few of those little
Right.
cards from life in the bathtub, and they just went down the drain. They're so little. It's like, oh, damn it, Rocco.
Yeah, that's all. Some of those games, if you lose one piece, the whole game is just ruined.
You're done.
Yeah, no, that's it. There's no coming back after you do that. Got a couple messages here and some emails. One said, can you guys talk a little bit about buying your own houses? I'm also buying right now and a little bit scared to sign the contract, even though this is exactly what I want. Maybe Jaybird has some fears too. Kev V. Denny's. How'd you know to pull the trigger and buy? Love you guys. Y'all doing some great shows from home. Yeah, I mean, I bought when I first got to town. I remember they couldn't believe it because we rolled in 99 and, we were 25 at the time, Virginia, and I went and bought a house and they were like, you went and bought a house? Like, you pretty confident? I'm like going, I ain't gonna lose this job. I'm like going, we're gonna come in and kick some ass. I'm like, we're gonna be all right. So, because I know that one guy, because I know that one dude thought he was gonna fire me like in the first 6 weeks.
Well, he wanted to, and
I know he did. Yeah,
he went to our boss and he said,
no, this is somebody else. This is another guy that asked me. That was Rob.
This is another person that hated our show.
That was the guy who ran Y100 at the time. Because remember, he was helping us with the station. He's like, "You bought a house?" I'm like, "Yeah, I bought a house." And he's like, "All right, pretty confident this thing's going to work." I'm like, "I didn't come here to lose."
that guy was a dick to us, big time. We were surrounded by quite a few penises.
He's nice to me now. He's
Of course he is, because now
you're the Kevin Ralston now.
you have longevity in radio, and they ran him out of Miami. Where's he now?
He's in San Antonio.
All right, well, it's a smaller market than Miami.
Yeah. He went to Atlanta and then DC after that.
Well, you stayed in the same market. That dude's bounced around like a radio gypsy bitch, so he needs to keep his pie hole shut.
He shouldn't have bought a house.
That's one of those comments that sticks in your head because you know they're being a bit of a cock to you and they're doubting you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of those. To me, that's one of those one of those defining moments.
Oh, I love those comments when people say it, because it does. It sticks in your head and it fuels you. And that was just it. You know, I always replayed that comment back where I'm like, you got people thinking you made the dumbest move by buying a house because there's no way you're going to keep this job. And, you know, we start off, I think Virginia and I were in 13th place when we first got to the station. And so I was like, all right, we're going to turn this around. And so it did. It fueled me, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna show him I didn't make a mistake. And same house, so same place.
It just sucks though, because like I don't have that mentality like you do. When somebody says bad things to you like that, this guy was like one of the bosses of our company, in charge of like all morning shows and talent and stuff. This guy was like important, and if a guy like that says to me like stuff like, you know, oh, you shouldn't have bought a house, like it doesn't motivate me. It actually gets in my head and gives me a bit of a complex. I'm different than you like that. So a guy like that who's supposed to be helping talent be their best, dude, you got in my head and made me think that we weren't that great. And you're a dick. And I'm glad you're in San Antonio.
Just to let you know, he's not listening and no one knows what the fuck you're talking about.
We've all had a boss that talked some shit to you and made you feel lower than you really were. And some of us believed it. Some of us, like Kevin, didn't. But some of us believed it. And that sucks. And you suck, boss.
Don't make me tell my story when the manager at The Limited did not believe in me. And if that manager would have believed in me, Kevin, who knows what would have happened? I could have been a CEO of a Limited. I think they went out of business. I just couldn't fucking fold.
Can you imagine if Jay Bird's world turned out to be fashion?
I love I think I'm a fashionista, Kevin, but what the fuck do I know?
Yeah. So for me, buying my house, you know, what I wanted to do is it was close to the station. I wanted to be close to downtown. And I'm not one of those people, like I got just enough house. Like it's small. I've never moved, and it is a small ass little house.
It's not that small. I think it's perfect.
It's 2,200 square feet. And, you know, so I got it. It's everything that I wanted. We've made improvements on the house, you know, since I've been here, and I'm super close to the radio stations because they're all in the same area in West Palm Beach. And so I didn't want to have a big old commute. And so I've stayed. So yeah, I found something. I'm like, that works. Nice little neighborhood. It's close to everything I want. Pulled the trigger and I just stayed. So my whole thing was pretty simple. I maybe looked at 4 houses and I pulled the trigger on this one. That's all good. So I know, Bert, how many houses have you looked at so far?
I probably looked at 12, 10 in between this, something like that.
Wow. Okay. That's you're putting and how long have you been looking for a house?
I've been looking for about solid, I would say 6 weeks where I've really hit the pavement. Wouldn't you say, Denny's, about 6 weeks?
Yeah, I think you've been pretty much looking at a place almost. I mean, aside from the pandemic, there was a couple weeks there you were going every weekend to look at places.
Yeah, it has slowed down. I'm not looking at as many houses. I told you guys that I'm hoping that this one deal works out where I can buy my mom's best friend's house if it works out that way. But I don't know if that's going to work out. That wouldn't happen till December. If it does, that's really what in my heart I want to work out, but I'm also prepared for it not to work out. So I'm also looking at other stuff.
It's good
we'll
to see
what
what's
happens.
out there because you got to know, like, this is your first time doing this. I think the more houses you look at, the better, because then you can figure out, what kind of stuff you like, what kind of stuff you don't like. And now is a good time. Denny's, you just did it and you got a great interest rate.
Yeah, we went with Ideal Lending Solutions. But yes, they did. Right now, the interest rate, everybody I've mentioned to that the interest rate I got, can't believe it. They said it's never been this low ever. So, I mean, now is the time. It is a little tricky to look at places. I think they have this whole protocol. Like they go through, they wipe everything down. Then you walk through, look at the place, and then you walk back out and they go back through and wipe it down again. And then you discuss about it. So it's kind of like a little clunky in the process. But if you can get past that, we looked at about 8 places. And when we found the place that we're in currently, we just knew, because you start seeing places in the price range you're looking, and you can see how kind of it swings. There's a certain, at each price point you hit moving upward, different things change. You get different access to different things. Like if you want a pool, it's a lot more. And I know Bird's looking into that, and that knocks it into a different category. But as you start looking into that price range, you start seeing a lot of similarities and a lot of differences. You'll see some are upgraded, some have roofs. There's so many factors you got to weigh in. So it does get a little bit stressful. But if you put your time into it, you really get what you get what you give.
The worst is going to a house where someone's already renting and they're living there. I swear to you, they never know you're coming, even though they're supposed to know. The very first house I looked at, this guy was such a miserable prick. I thought he was going to spear me. I'm not kidding you. I thought this guy was going to try to fight me. He's telling me I can't go in the one room because his brother is working on something. Okay. And then I go up to the one main room and I'm standing in there, and this son of a bitch walks by me, not wearing any kind of mask. And I look down and I'm standing on this fuckface's underwear. I'm like, get me out of this place. That was the first house I looked. That was my first experience.
Yeah, when the owner rents it out and you're looking to buy it and you go in there and it's the renter, he don't give a shit. He wants you to have the worst experience possible because he doesn't want to have to move out.
This guy was like 6'4". He had nap face. You could tell he was sleeping on his face so hard. And then we knocked on the door and he was all pissed off.
Is there anything that Denny's or Jaybird, since you guys just recently did it, that anybody's looking for a house and doing the house hunting, that you would say that if you could go back, that you're like, oh, okay, this is a nice little thing to know before you jump into it?
Yeah, I would. So I thought, and it's not a plug or anything, but I thought that you go to a bank if you need a loan. There's companies that loan that is much better than using a bank. I learned that because I did the price comparison between the two, a big bank, and it's astronomical, the difference between the two. So you can save yourself, anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 by just doing that on your closing costs. So that's a huge savings. Another thing is I'd look at a ton of places, even places that you don't think are going to work for you. I would still look at them because every place is different. And if you have your heart set on a place and it gets taken, I would not be crushed by that, because weirdly, after you find a place and you love it and you buy it, you're going to still get emails from places that are opening up, and you're going to find other places you love just as much as the one you're in. So it's best if you lose the place you like, another one that you love will pop back up. I feel like they pop up and they populate every week. There's a whole brand new slate of things to check out.
Okay. Very
They are
cool.
going quick though right now. Certainly South Florida is everybody's trying to move here from New York. They were going to come anyway eventually when they're getting ready to retire, but I think they're just speeding up that process now.
And the process moves quick at first, and then it hits like a plateau where it kind of takes the ball's in their court, and you got to wait for a lot of stuff to go through. So at first, I thought I needed all my money up front, down payment, closing costs. I thought I needed all of that right in the front, so that I could prove to them that that I have actual something equity, I guess you could say. But you don't. After there's a point, you do need some of it up front, but there's a point where it'll start slowing down, where it takes about a month and a half. So if you don't have all of your finances in that first month, you don't need it that first day that you send off your if you're interested in a house, closing a house, you don't need to have it all on that first week or anything.
Well, I can't wait to find my SOH.
Slice of heaven.
A little slice of heaven.
Are there good places to buy and places that you should stay away from? Like, I know sometimes, people will say, hey, this area is going to boom. If you buy here, you will have a great return on your investment because a house will like triple in value. And there are other places that are overpriced that might be kind of on the way down. Like, I think, isn't it Loxahatchee Groves? Is that what it is? I know they're putting a ton of stuff out there and they're really developing there, and they're kind of putting like their own little city center, city place, whatever it might be out there. And I know a lot of people are heading that way. Have they said anything about, okay, this is a great place to go and buy right now? Because I know once upon a time, like, Port St. Lucie was supposed to be that place. And
Go ahead, Dennis. My bad.
I was just saying, as far as locations, we were looking predominantly in North Palm Gardens and West Palm. I wanted to be close to work, just like you, and I ultimately landed in West Palm, just because I liked the convenience of being close to the station, and it's close to my wife's work too as well. But North Palm was also a good place. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places popping out west. You just got to watch HOAs. There's some places, I won't say any names. You guys will see them if you're actually looking for houses. They'll pop up all the time, and the neighborhoods are beautiful, but the price of the house isn't that much. The loan you have to take out is not that bad. The HOA fees for entry are astronomical. Like, we're talking like $600 entry fee, and then you have to pay like $1,200 a quarter, and you're looking at almost like $5,000 a year just to live there. So after you've paid for this place and you own it, you still have to pay these fees for, the remainder of how long you stay there.
Yeah. Okay.
HOA. Oh, those fucks. The other advice I would give too is, if you can, try not to move next door to a murderer.
It's good advice. It's good advice. So there you go. If you're looking for a house, somebody's saying in the chat room that Westlake, the acreage, that all is kind of a good area. That if you're looking for a place and you don't mind, to me, it's just how convenient they can make the drive from east to west. Because, I know sometimes that's kind of the issue. How fast is the thoroughfare? And I've talked to some people that live out west, and it takes them 45 minutes to an hour to just get to like 95.
I found a house out west that I loved. It had a pool. It was really, really beautiful. It just was a hair too far out west for me, man. I just know my personality and I know my mood. And if I had to be stuck in 45-minute traffic, I would speed bag my nards.
Make a video when you do that.
You see a guy in traffic, you look over and he's just punching himself in the dick. Oh, man, that's kind of it. Let me see here. Other emails that we got here that came in. There is one here. Hector telling me, Kev, you said you're scared of Mexico because of kidnapping and torture, but the cartels don't go around picking random people up just for fun. They always go for people that are showing off their money, looking suspicious. If you go around your family members that live in that town, you should be more than fine. But if you're over there showing off and looking like a damn cop, then watch out. And also don't go looking like a tourist. Just go looking normal and act like you've been there before, and you should be good. Yeah, I'm not going to look like a tourist. I look like a tourist in South Florida, and I've lived here for 21 years. I'm like, can you imagine how I'm going to stand out in Juarez? I am definitely going to look like a tourist.
Definitely. And then between your wife and your daughter, who love flashy clothes and labels and everything Gucci, Gucci, like, they're going to look at you and think, okay, that guy definitely is either a cop or he's got money. Let's kill him or kidnap him. So that's the two choices.
I think the only debate is, how long do we want to hold out for money, or do we want to just kill him now? We know we want to kill him, but we just don't know if we want to hold out and how long.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
how
he's-
fun is he to torture? I think it'd be a lot of fun to torture, to be honest with you. I think I would
You
get
know what?
great reactions. I think they'd be like going, I don't want him to die because this guy's a lot of fun to torture.
Yeah,
do it like a
they
turd.
definitely kill you. But yeah, are they going to kidnap you and keep you for a while, or just kill you
They
on the
will.
spot because you're DEA?
Certain people got to be more fun to torture, and I'm going to be like just a playground. They're going to be like, I am having the best time. This guy is so fun. Yeah, please
If you
keep
wanna
him
come-
alive.
If you want to come over here and do some naked meditation with me, get your real tan.
Yeah, no, Will's saying that's why you need to tan. So I guess I need to. So it's good. I got a free day for the first time since the pandemic kicked in. Like everybody is gone. Like
Really?
my son, my mother-in-law, my wife. I have the house to myself with the way it used to be, the good old days pre-pandemic, and it's so quiet around here. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have no distractions. I'm like, I got a whole day just to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Do I need to send my good buddy Tito over there?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I might have to dial up a little of the vodka action. She's gonna come back. I'm gonna be wasted.
Wearing her underpants.
Oh, dancing around.
Nothing
yeah.
else.
Oh, I'm gonna have a good day.
I would love to see the real reaction if you did that. You got
Yeah,
fucking,
you should
I got
got
an empty
wasted.
like vodka bottle, and I'm in her underwear, and
set up a camera.
yeah,
yeah, you
They all
got
walk in.
frat guy wasted, and you have her panties on your head when she walks in. I just want to see that reaction.
frat guy in some little panties. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, baby. So I got a lot to do. So I'm gonna go see what kind of trouble I can get in. We got one more day to a 3-day weekend, so we'll see what's up. So thank you all for joining us today. We got Friday, and we'll see y'all then. Goodbye.
Woo, 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 woo.